At the time it felt like an overwhelming demonstration of Barcelona's sheer dominance. In retrospect it may have sown the seeds for their current crisis. When Barcelona recorded that extraordinary 6-1 win over Paris Saint-Germain in last season's Champions League last 16, coming back from a 4-0 first-leg deficit and scoring 3 goals from the 88th minute to the end of added time, it consolidated some essential truths. Neymar was the star of the show that night, but he clearly did not feel it was perceived that way. Neymar won the game, but Messi was the hero, said one person close to the Brazilian player, who this summer propelled football into yet another unthinkable stratosphere with his £198 million move from Barcelona to PSG. The little boy who came from Santos is not a little boy anymore, and he started to understand that time flies. He is 25 and will be 26 in February. It was time to get his position in football history. In short, at Barca, he could never supplant Lionel Messi. And in the mind of PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi, it hardened the determination not to be humiliated again. For 6 years since they bought PSG, Qatar Sports Investment, founded by Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al-Thani, the Emir of Qatar, the richest country in the world by GDP, have labored to be at the top table of European football and made only the quarter-finals of the Champions League. After PSG's 4-0 home-led win against Barca, it appeared they were about to break through the glass ceiling, so the crushing disappointment of their subsequent exit morphed into this extraordinary summer when they broke the world transfer record twice, bringing not only Neymar from Barcelona but plucking Monaco's teenager, Kylian Mbappe, who looked bound for Real Madrid, for £166 million, a move which is officially a loan for now to circumnavigate UEFA's strict financial fair play rules. Both scored on Friday night, Mbappe on his debut, in the 5-1 win over Metz. In doing so, PSG are undoubtedly ready and among the favourites for this season's Champions League, with their opener on Tuesday at Celtic, but they have also incurred the anger of Real Madrid, Barcelona and UEFA, which has taken the unprecedented step of prematurely announcing their intent to investigate for breach of financial fair play regulations. Of course, the Spanish clubs complaining about state-funded mega-rich clubs poaching their players is a bit rich given their modus operandi over the years and the European Union judgments against both clubs for illegal state subsidies. As La Liga president Javier Tebas, essentially a mouthpiece for bristling Spanish giants Real Madrid and Barca, put it this week, PSG have not been so much caught peeing in the pool as urinating from the diving board. In 2016, PSG's revenue, already boosted artificially, according to a previous UEFA ruling, by their £160m a year deal with the Qatar Tourism Authority, was £389 million. This summer they have effectively spent £380 million. The mother of all showdowns now looms in the European Court of Justice, where UEFA's rules surely will be challenged by PSG once the seemingly inevitable sanction, which could mean being excluded from next season's Champions League, comes. For the Premier League powers of Chelsea, Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, and Tottenham, there is also a huge threat. The distance between Premier League clubs and Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich and Juventus has been painfully obvious in recent years. PSG may now push them further down the pecking order. Oscar Diaz, the Tottenham legend, played for PSG in 1982–83 when the Falklands War made it impossible for the Argentine to continue his career in the UK and has watched the rise